Ooh, ah! Hey! Oh! Deck the halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Down we now our gay apparel. Troll the ancient Yuletide Carol. See the blazing Yule before us. Strike the harp and down the chorus. Follow me in merry measure while I tell of Yuletide treasure. Oh Lord, yeah! Oh. Politicians hide themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go out to fight? They live that all to the poor. Melbourne Musos. Hey, hey, how's everyone tonight? Let me turn the kids off. Hello kiddies, how are you? I'll come back to you later on. Hey, we got some Christmas business here, but this is ZappaClause. I'll get rid of the Christmas bells. Hey, hello. Come back later, boys. There we go, thank you very much. Hello, my name is Quinlan. Welcome to a ZappaClause Christmas for Facechook Live. Ooh. I'm going to do a couple of little ditties for you and all sorts of things. And one of the things you want to get to know is a few different kinds of instruments and things like that. And all that, Nick Cushion, there you go. Cheerio, there you go. And what happens is I have the patches in here and I've got the orchestral percussion. So it gets a little bit out there tonight. I'll do that because what we have... Black Page. I'm not doing it. It's coming up on Wednesday on Channel 31 because I did it last year. So there you go. Hey. Christmas show. I always call it ZappaClause. Back in the good old days of the Zappa Instrumental, where we kept all the beloved members of the band, 5 members, altogether for 6 years, we did the club in Collingwood, and we did all the Zappa stuff, and we had a thing every year called ZappaClause. Okay, so what we do is invite guests and all sorts of things. We've had some wonderful guests over the years. We had dear Alan Zavod came on. Did King Kong with us and talked about all his times with Frank Zappa in 1984 when he was his keyboard player. We had Richard Piper come in with the lovely Kate Kendall doing lots of different things like Willie the Pimp and all sorts of stuff. And it was the glory days. Oh, so there it is. Tattooed on the back of my neck, I tells you, ZappaClause. Hey! All right, so what I did then, just to give you an idea, there's this thing called mashups. I'm sure you all know it. And all that, and what it is one of the wonderful things you can do is sing Deck the Halls to War Pigs. That is a piece of genius from Bill Ward of Black Sabbath, okay, off War Pigs from the Paranoid album, and what that is cueing the band. You get, you see, you catch the hi-hat there, you'll hear it in the background. I've got it on vinyl and I go, yeah, I like that, you see it? And it's wonderful. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. And there it is, it's a wonderful little Christmas tune that you can pervert completely. There you go, I'm doing this sober. The Christmas beers are coming up later with the the editing cordial. Anyway, there you go. So that's War Pigs to deck the halls with Sabbath. That's what I call it. And what I've got here is, that's the piece there, my cheat notes. And what it is that I'll go a little bit avant-garde tonight, because I haven't done that for a while, and because it is ZappaClause. One of the things that Frank Zappa used to do so much is put the most weird-ass things to a beat. And when he's doing things like the Yellow Shark and some of the orchestral bits of 200 Motels, it really is going down to his favourite composers like Edgar Varese and Stravinsky. And even though you think it might all sound like falling down the steps, his favourite composer, Varese, Edgar Varese, who I'll put up there, used to call it organised sound, in the sense that he would orchestrate things so that one sound would fit another sound. Orchestrate it like that, you see, so it'd be like a flute with a violin, and then a trumpet with a trombone, you know, things like this. One of the things about Zappa and Varese is that they were quite vertical. I'm going to explain this a little bit. When you're listening to things like Civilization Phase 3, there, it's like it comes at you in waves and goes away, comes at you in waves, come away. It's like that. And one of the things that happens is that it's like telling a story, but it's like organised sound. So you can have disparate elements, like what I do with the sampler and things like that. And what happens is that you can put it all together and it creates its own section, if you will. And then when you come through and do it, it's sort of a repetitive process, you see. And that's what happens. So what also happens, it can be very jagged. Zappa did would bring in a little bit of bringing these rock and roll elements, and after all that, happy birthday to you. Frank Zappa on the 21st of December. You see, that's what goes on. Did you all know that Happy Birthday is in 3/4? We sing it. Oh, many a band comes a cropper when it's like, hey, fellas, we're having the Christmas party, but, you know, Auntie Doris up the back is having her 80th birthday, and we've got a surprise cake for her, and would you guys like to play Happy Birthday? And when we come out, I'll just give you a little bit of a tip, you know, that kind of thing. And everyone goes, oh, yeah, no worries, mate. And you sit down and you sit there. I've always sang Happy Birthday. I've never played it. What time signature is it in? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, my Lord. Shipwrecks in 3/4 now. All right, so what goes on, getting back to Frank Zappa? What happens? Do you all know it's Zappa, Dan? You do all know that. Regular watchers of Facechook Live and Melbourne Musos. What happens is dear Frank went to the Great Gig in the Sky on the 4th last week, 1993, I should say, but the anniversary was last week. And we play nothing but Zappa. And then on the 21st of December, it's his birthday, and oh yeah, off we go. Happy day. And there it is. And what happens? When I'm talking about this avant-garde side of Frank Zappa, what starts to go on? It is mash-up stuff if we talk about it today. You see, what could happen? Who knows about Arnold Schoenberg and his 12-tone rows? And all that. You have your main row, you have the retrograde, you have the inversion and the retrograde inversion. I'll put it all up here like I usually do. And what happens is with 12-tone music, you have your 12 notes. You see, you have your chromatic scale, but you put it into a certain order. And then the retrograde is you do it backwards. And then the inversion is if you are going up by 3 semitones, then the inversion would go down by 3 semitones. There you are. And then you have the retrograde of that, the retrograde inversion, and that's what goes on with this. Now, Arnold Schoenberg was very famous for starting that, and his two great students actually was Anton Webern, who was pretty much the king of pointillism. It was just like... things like that. And his other great student was Berg. I have his complete works on vinyl in the next room. He was the most lyrical of them all. He would actually fashion the 12 tones, which can very easily descend into which I'm doing now. And what can happen, he made such beautiful lyrical music, but it was otherworldly because, you know, the law of 12-tone music and the 12-tone row is you can't repeat the note until you've done all the rest of them. You see, so you do it like that. And that's that was so huge during the 20th century, so to the point where they called it 20th century music, of course. So what happens, what can also happen with that is Arnold Schoenberg was very famous for a vocal piece called Piero Lunaire, okay? And what would happen is he'd have the soprano singing, and it was all... I just butchered it. But what happens is that it has that, this ethereal quality to a very famous piece of music. And this is the other part of Zappa. That people know about, but generally try to avoid. And when Zappa did 200 Motels, there was a lot of this kind of Schoenberg kind of repartee going, where he'd have the London Symphony Orchestra playing things. And Ringo Starr was playing Frank Zappa. And that was a very interesting time. And Keith Moon was playing the Rancid Nun with Flo and Eddie and the band at the time, early 70s. And what would happen is he had singers doing that very same thing with Arnold Schoenberg, all this sort of business. And I would like to play something for you here, where what happens, you play while someone is speaking verse. I have a couple here for you. Here we go. Here it is. I'll do this one here. I prepared earlier. It was 'Twas the Nacht Before Christmas.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, I called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, oh Comet, oh Cupid, oh Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away, all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, Alberry, his checks, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a buffalo jelly. He was chubby and plump, like a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned to the jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Oh God, I did that sober. I hope you enjoyed that little ditty, which is a butchering of an age-old Christmas carol. Dedicated to all the Grinches out there. I hate Christmas. I'd rather sleep through the bloody thing. Ooh. Here! There you go. So that's what goes on with that. I've got another one if you want it. Oh, well, here we go. I hope you see it. This is ooh. Okay. Now, what happens here, we have another lovely thing here. I hope you're getting something out. It's a bit avant-garde. It's a bit different from the norm. Hello, Norm. Hey, hanging, mate. What you want to be able to do is have a bit of a listen, because so much of this stuff, you're hearing it without really thinking about it. Pointillism is something that Mike Patton from Faint No More, but more to the point, Fantomas loves doing. I mentioned them quite a bit, I think. And as you know, Mike Patton with Fantomas, he doesn't actually sing in the sense of singing. He vocalizes, so it's like, Lots of little things. Very Anton Webern-ish. And then the soprano comes back in, or the spoken word. Part 2. Zipperneck.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. Folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is going to spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so, I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92.
92?
Although it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, I hope that scared the shit out of everyone. That scared the shit out of me. For all the wrong reasons. There you go. Oh! You better not shout, better not cry. Santa Claus is coming. Ooh, I'll do one more to push the packet.
You better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He surveils you when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh! You better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Ooh. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh dear! All right, what's the time? Ooh, I better start wrapping the show up. Thank God you're all saying. Right, my name's Chris Quinlan. This is Melbourne Musos Facechook Live, for better or worse. And we are in Zappa Dan, Rocks In Elsewhere, one of my favourite albums of all time. Please go and listen. And as an honour to that album, this show is True Cheapness. Bringing out some of the more weirder influences of one Mr. Francis Vincent Zappa, and all the avant-garde classical side of things. Oh, and the old band, we used to do ZappaClause every year, and we had a couple of great ones there for the ages. So, I'll get back to something else next week. done that one. Check it out, War Pigs. Okay. Sing Deck the Halls. Along with Ozzy. Okay, here we go. Here's my finishing one. No marathon Facechook tonight. Oh, sort of. Now, go check out these people. Anton Webern, Berg, and their teacher, Arnold Schoenberg, who I'm sort of doing right now. On the first day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me the Beatles album, Let It Be. On the second day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me 2 white stripes and the Beatles, Let It Be. On the third day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes and the Beatles, Let It Be. Back in the charts. On the 4th day of Christmas, my Frank Zappa gave to me 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. Tonic. On the 5th day of Christmas, my Frank Zappa gave to me 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. On the 6th day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me 6 liberals lying, 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. Sing along. On the 7th day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me 7 trolls a trolling, 6 little flying, 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. On the 8th day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me 8 grants a skimming, 7 trolls a trolling, 6 liberals lying, 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. On the 9th day of Christmas, Michael Bublé gave to me Christmas specials. 9 cooks are cooking, cook mate, cook. 8 grants are skimming, 7 trolls are snoring, 6 liberals lying, 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. I choked the wrong single. The 10th day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave me 10 Nazis marching, 9 cooks are cooking, 8 grants are skimming, 7 trolls are trolling, 6 liberals lying, 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. On the 11th day of Christmas, Mariah Carey gave to me 11 ministers resigning, 10 Nazis marching, 9 cooks are cooking, mate, cook. 8 grants are skimming, 7 trolls are lying, 6 liberals lying, 5 French submarines, 4 anti-vaxxers, 3 COVID shots, 2 white stripes, and the Beatles, Let It Be. On the 12th day of Christmas, Frank Zappa gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 ministers resigning, 10 Nazis marching, 9 cooks are cooking, 8 grants are skimming, 7 trolls are lying, 6 liberals lying, 5 French submarines, 4 that's my show. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Wow. Yeah, we got through it all. Ah, there's the kids. Oh, darlings. There we go. All right, I shall love and leave you. Mwah. And I'm off to get some... And I will have this up tomorrow. It's not going to be on 31 because there's repeats on now. And so on Wednesday night is ZappaClause from last year. Okay, so there it is there. But this is a bit of a new thing, but I will have it up later on tonight, probably tomorrow. And wishing you all such a wonderful time. I'm going to do a little bit more of this next week. Make a deal of myself and take care. And we all deserve a good holiday after the last 2 years. God help us all. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you very much. Mwah. See you later, alligator. Hey! Have a smile, crocodile. Hey! Ho, 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 ho!